The assassination of former Yemeni President Ali Abdullah Saleh is likely to have tremendous repercussions for the country's conflict and its future, which is expected to be split in terms of loyalties and political ideologies, aggravating the humanitarian issues. The Yemeni scene is undoubtedly complex and the future cannot be determined with any certainty because of overlapping interests and the fact it is closer to a regional and international conflict than merely an internal one. It is believed that Yemen now needs a person who represents the overwhelming majority of its citizens, regardless of their age and political affiliation, to save the country from further bloodshed. One should recall that the rift in the Saleh axis started a few days before Saleh's death. Before the assassination, thousands of Houthis and supporters of Saleh gathered in Sana'a, leading to bloody clashes near the Saleh mosque. The rift and subsequent clashes reveal how fragile political alliances are in the region. No external party can help solve the issue if there is no domestic will to end the conflict and save the lives of the people. Saleh has left behind a thorny issue that cannot be solved, and no one will be able to bear this very convoluted legacy. He was the president who unified Yemen in 1990, with many wars against the Houthi movement following the killing of Hussein Badreddin al-Houthi in 2004. During the Arab Spring, which erupted in 2011, Saleh was ousted after 33 years. This led to the war that has destroyed the country's infrastructure and seen the death toll rise in the past few months. Saleh's cooperation with the Houthis was a secretive concordat in the beginning, but it was later announced. Nevertheless, this coalition was for fake political purposes rather than for true and honest reasons, due to the many contradictions between Saleh and the Houthis in ideology and interests. A few days before the assassination of Saleh, the Houthis installed billboards on the streets of Sana'a depicting their leader and defending his right to rule the country. Such political moves show a kind of monopoly of power, at least in North Yemen. This led to the recent escalation between Saleh and the Houthis and the exchanges of criticism, with each of the two former allies plotting to eliminate the other at any cost. Yemen needs a person who represents the overwhelming majority of its citizens, regardless of their age and political affiliation, to save the country from further bloodshed. Maria Dubovicova. With the death of Saleh, Yemen will be the new battleground of regional and international powers, turning the whole country into a fireball or a new frontier. The Bab el-Mandab Strait's importance as the southern gate to the Red Sea has substantial importance in the New World Order, which seeks natural resources from Africa. Yemen is regarded as a confrontation field between the superpowers, who strive to set up and then promote their military manifestation and power. It is difficult to envisage how events will unfold in the coming weeks, as the crisis has already dragged on for nearly 3 years. No one could have ever imagined how this would ambush Saleh until his mission was over. No one knows how this recent rapprochement between Saleh and the Arab coalition came about, nor the conditions of their pact. However, Saleh gambled his political career and his life by agreeing on a political divorce from the Houthis. It is recognized that the last minute deal between Saleh and the Arab coalition overturned the balance of power, and this switching of allegiances led to the Houthis' decision to liquidate him at any price, putting an end to his political activities and to his maneuvers to restore his political party's power. It appears now that his move was too late. For Russia, it is important to see Yemen as stable and in peace. The Russian government wants to see Yemenis having dialogue without any external influence on decision-making. Moscow is very much concerned about who will take the help of the General People's Congress, who will keep the party intact and who will open channels of communication with other parties and with the government of President Abed Rabo Mansur Hadi. As Yemenis were shocked by the killing of Saleh, the Russian government is hoping that Yemenis manage to tackle this issue to start a new phase and restore peace. The Houthis may have primarily gained the most from Saleh's assassination. However, this might not be accurate, as many developments could happen at any time and loyalties may change, leading to a rising scale of hostility toward the Houthis. Maria Dubovicova is a prominent political commentator, researcher and expert on Middle East affairs. She is president of the Moscow-based International Middle Eastern Studies Club IMS Club. Twitter @politblogma